it's starting to heat up. There's people just rolling in. It's really exciting, and seeing a whole heap of people that I've been talking to over the years has got me frothing. But there's one lure that I wanted to come and find this year, and it's this thing. It's Repellers Ripstop, and it's just been released in a deep. You can see that bib there. The profile on it is it's the same as they had last year. They've got 2 sizes in this thing, and I reckon this might be the lure for me with the jacks this year. Come over and have a look and see what else is in their range. Come down here, Brock, and have a look at this. We're going to fish some of these. I've got you can see the tank there. We've got a tank that we're going to swim some of these in. You might have seen I did a review on these X-Rap pedos last year. This is a smaller version. It's a 14, and the profile on that thing is just insane. Beside a pontoon, early season this summer, I reckon they might really go. There's some other things that have come out. You can see these weedless rig things. You know I love skipping these plastics around the mangrove jack. But you've also got Storm 360 have been releasing a whole heap of plastics in their range, and these weedless rig jig systems where they've got a movable head and the attention to detail on the front of that thing. You see that? I'll have to show you how they as well. If you've been interested in big baits for flathead or mangrove jack in the last couple of years, then this thing from Storm, the Arashi, it's a 19 centimetre big glide bait. So it's got that single join there. I'm going to show you how that works as well. So they're probably the 2 I'm most excited about this year. I'll give you a look at some of the other stands as we kick around today, but we'll get into it and I'll fish these.
That's the jack.
This ripstop, can you see that? You got the pool there, sweet. So what I might do in the video is just show you up close a little bit of footage of how it works. Pause that sets it apart from a whole heap of other lures, the way that it's been positioned and weighted just to sit there and suspend. That's what the jacks love. So the best lures around for jacks will sit and suspend, and that's what this thing does. It's perfectly weighted, but the Ripstop's got something very special about it. If you take a look, that little bib running at the other end of the lure, it holds it up and stops it dead in its tracks. And for a suspending jerk-based style of lure, that's something that's really different. And what I love about this chrome finish at the end, most jack fishermen love fishing low light conditions. And early morning, where you've got intermittent light through the shadows of trees, we cast into the shadows, and the back end of the lure is the bit that catches the light as it swims away from the jack. So a little chrome plated end or a gold end throwing light back in towards the fish. I just think it's a brilliant idea. And the way that this little ripstop stalls and stops right on the mark when you let that line go slack, I just think this thing's going to dominate. It's got a nice sharp profile down the end, and the attention to detail, the lateral line, the scale patterns, all the finish, it's just impeccable. Rapala have taken up a step in the last couple of years. We've been talking about it last year as well. This thing's going to kill it. So that's the Rapala Ripstop. It's a 12 centimetre version in the deep. That's the one I'm going to be throwing for jacks this season for sure. This is the new Storm glide bait, 19 centimetre long. Single join like that. And I want to show you how it's going to work. It's fairly loose through that back end, and that just opens its action right up, so it's got a fairly wide S around it. It means on the Storm this thing just sits sideways right in front of those fish. Have a look at this. if you look at this with the sunlight, you can't quite pick it up in here, but in the sunlight it's got a little bit of translucence about it, which I just love. I think it makes it look really realistic as a finish. And then it's got a nice big profile, so it moves plenty of water. Efficient for, like, this is going to smash Barra. I was talking to Owen McCall, he's excited about chasing jacks with it this season. But for me, I love chasing big flathead on the flats with glide baits, and I think this is the perfect imitation. I love big eyes, big dark eyes on lures. I think it gives them a real big presence, and just that wide action, the fade that it's got, really balanced in the water. I think they're going to do the job. It's a Storm Arashi 19.